When we first introduced the End of Life Option Act in January, we did so with a rocket of momentum generated by the story of one woman, that face that was attributed to that, Brittany Maynard, about the choices she made about her terminal diagnosis and the options she wished she had and that she wished everybody else in California had. Her legacy carried us a great distance. To the entire nation, she became the face of others who have been given that terminal diagnosis, and something nobody wants, but when given it, wishing that they have the options all available to them at the end of their life to be able to die on their own terms, and not only for herself, but for all Californians to be able to have that. While it carried us a long way, we weren't successful in that earliest in Denver, but the momentum continues to build, and we do not want her or the thousands of others who are waiting to be left behind. Jennifer Glass, who spoke so eloquently, and her words stayed with me long after she spoke, died last week. She died a week ago today, not in the way she wanted. Not in the way she wanted, but she died knowing today was coming and knowing that the fight would continue on after her death. In April, she wrote an essay entitled, she talked about where she supported the End of Life Options Act, and she said, "Endings matter, and I want the last word in how my story ends." And that's why we've introduced this bill today. We're going to make sure she and others like her have the last word.
I've been fighting the cancer for the last 4.5 years with chemotherapy, 18 rounds of chemotherapy, multiple surgeries to remove parts of my colon and my liver, radioablation, radiation, and anything else that you can possibly imagine, from shamans to Reiki, and everything in between to fight this cancer. I'm not afraid to die, but what I am really truly afraid of is having my son and my family watch me struggle and die in pain. I don't want my son's last Thank you. I don't want my son's last image to be of me struggling and in pain. I want this option for me to be able to make a choice and die at home. As well as for all other Californians. So many people that we know and love are going through this. It's not just me, it's not just Brittany, it's nameless and faceless people all over California who are dealing with this on a regular basis, and their families and their friends deserve this right as we do. Everyone should be able to make the decision for themselves based upon their values and their beliefs. So I urge your support and ask for it personally.
This is a human right. And those in the legislature that are struggling with this decision should realize that it is not for them. It is a right that everybody should have. It's a human right. Si se puede. Yes, we can.
Whether or not we as individuals would choose to seek aid in dying should not affect our ability to accept that other Californians might wish to receive aid in dying. The End of Life Option Bill is not a mandate. It is an option.
The members of this coalition here today will do everything in their power to ensure that the last word is the End of Life Options Act, and that the last word is this Assembly bill, that the last word is that this legislature has been responsive not only to the will of an overwhelming number of Californians, but to the people who are counting on us to win the freedom for them to approach the end of life in the way that they choose.